Where do you
So
think our
you
guy
getting
is
nervous?
here?
Are you getting nervous?
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
are. You're getting nervous. I can tell, Rush. You're getting nervous. I know, because who knows? People are nice, but then you never know. It's like, yeah, I'll be there. It's kind of like,
I'm looking for his number.
he gave you his number?
Well, he filled the form out, so we have his number, and he texted last week ahead of time confirming the time, and he just hadn't read the email completely to
So the
say
dude,
that
well,
the
I
day
mean,
was
he is
changing. He
from
said, "Oh yeah, that's fine."
he is from Verizon, so I guess it's okay.
Let's see.
Not a sponsor. Not
No.
a sponsor
Yet.
We are unstoppable. We can do anything. We are unstoppable. Everything is possible now. Here we go.
I think I'm thinking of the same guy.
Dude, dad, his wife, I mean, if you're a follower, you would know that his wife is pregnant and she's about ready to give birth on their third kid. And so he kind of started, he was like kind of that like Tim Allen type character where like he would like make stuff for his kids and just kind of go over the top just for fun. And he did a couple of videos and it caught on. And then this guy's he's just a creative dude. He's in Colorado. He moved out to Colorado,
and
then he redid his house.
One of the things he did was about a couple more days construction.
Yeah, a couple more days construction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he's starting to do a little stand up now too. You're nervous. I'm trying to banter with you to keep your mind off of the fact that
I was looking for his number. I found his number. I texted him. Now we'll see what he says. It came back undeliverable. No, we'll see what he says.
Any way you look at it, this is great. Like, I'm totally digging this moment right here, right now. If we're not living the dream, what else are we doing right now?
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I love it.
We've just gotten so close here. I mean, this was the moment that was going to prove that it was going to work.
You're so disappointed right now.
Oh, here he comes.
No. Are you serious? There's no way.
Yeah.
No.
It says guest under there.
No. But there's no audio. Oh my word. I'm about ready to throw up.
I can't. I'm trying to make sure that my mic is on loud enough. I guess it is. I see your little squigglies
that's what
are
you're
bigger.
thinking about? That's what you're thinking about.
Think about all these things right now.
That's why you're the straight man. That's what you're saying. I'm just the beauty. I'm the beauty of this thing. That's why I'm, I'm just trying to look.
He's coming in.
No, he's not.
He said, let's try
there's it. No way. No way. I can't believe this is actually happening.
Yeah. There he is.
Is this Verizon Vaughn?
This is, yes.
This is so great. I can't believe we were like, seriously, Vaughn, Rush and I were just like, is he really going to show up? I don't know if he's going to show up or not. We were just kind of talking about it. Yeah. And then you popped on and it was like Christmas morning. Like, what's going on? What time zone are you in?
EST.
Which is like
Eastern.
What time?
Okay.
Yeah. My time.
Okay. Because mine's like after lunch. I'm on the Pacific Coast, and I was just telling Rush, I was like, I try to like get some food in, but I know that when I have conversations sometimes, and when I eat food, then I end up burping the whole time. So Vaughn, if you just see it as an expression of my comfortability, if I just burp into the microphone. So
yeah, it's no problem.
So I'm Joe, by the way.
Yeah.
Hi, Vaughn.
Hey, how's it going?
This is fantastic. So tell me, how did Rush connect with you? I'm assuming in a Verizon store.
Correct. Yeah. So I was at work and he came in. I was the representative helping him, and then he struck up a conversation about my tattoos. And then he was like, "Hey, we're doing this podcast. It's about the people who are the most interesting, which is the person right in front of you." And I was like, "That sounds so cool." And then he was like, "Hey, would you like to be on it?" And he left a Post-it note with this information on it, and now here we are.
That is so great. So
Vaughn, hold on. I've got to tell Vaughn this because he needs to understand. Vaughn, this is so exciting because I didn't tell you this before. You are the first person that we have talked to. And I don't, that probably doesn't give you a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
like,
why would you tell him that?
Don't...
Why would you tell him that? We were gonna project that, hey, this is like season 9, but no, then you let the cat out of the bag.
No,
He's the first guy to actually say yes.
Hey, I'm one of the types of people that will always try something once, and if I don't like it, cool. But I have the story of saying like I've done that.
Yes.
Oh, you're the kind of guys we like to hang out with, Vaughn. You're exactly that guy. Okay, so Vaughn, let's go down some of the major stats here. What are some other things like when you're thinking about kind of the context of where you're living right now? What does all that look like? Because I don't know any of it.
So I'm not only do I have full-time employment, I'm also a car guy. So I spend a lot of the summer weekends at car shows, going to car meets, stuff like that. I also just recently started streaming on Twitch, so that's taken up a lot of time. And then I live with my fiance and our cat.
What?
Yeah.
Fiance?
Yeah.
No joke. How long you guys been fianceing?
Just under a month.
No joke.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
That's good. Now, congratulations.
Thank you. Verizon Vaughn, what's her first name?
Her name's Alex or Allie, whichever one.
Allie. Vaughn and Allie Verizon. That's wonderful. It's going to sound really great. So tell me, how long have you known Allie?
So it's going to sound kind of weird. We've known each other since June of last year.
Okay.
And she was actually my manager at Verizon. And then she switched locations and we started, talking and then dating. And now here we are. It was kind of love at first sight kind of situation. Now here we are.
Is that a normal thing around Verizon at all? I mean, like sometimes there are rules about that.
Love abounds in Verizon.
But that's a great workplace culture. If you can not only, have a job, you're making money, you can develop these relationships and plan your life. Or is it low key because it's not?
There's definitely a lot of rules and regulations in place to, deter favoritism. So, if you're a rep and a rep, that's fine. You just have to tell people that are in the same store. Beyond that, it's obviously you can't be a manager of the person and all that good stuff.
Yeah, too easy to get those promotions.
Yeah, there's wisdom in that.
Yeah.
So now, okay. So apart from, can I ask more questions about Allie? Is this okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, ground rules, I guess, would be at any time. Okay, so Rush's face is just shaking, just smiling. We didn't talk about the rules, Rush, did we?
No, we don't. That's the thing. We don't have any rule. I mean, we do have rules like that. Like the rule is we want this to be enjoyable and interesting and get to know you and you feel comfortable and just have a normal conversation. But outside of that, that's what's cool about this. We're just having a conversation.
So I'm just saying, if I ask a question, you're like, hey, you can pass. That's totally cool. So give me, what are 3 things about Allie? What is it that makes her beautiful to you?
So going back to like the first day that I met her, right? So she's my manager and, I'm sitting there, I'm doing trainings in the back and I've been employed for 3 days, if that. She walks in and it was just one of those like instant connections, like, and then furthering on, we found out she's more of like the yin to my yang and I'm the yang to her yin. So we're not opposites in a place where it's like a detractor or anything like that, but it's more of like I don't like using the term soulmates because it seems like it's destined and nothing is guaranteed. So it was more of like, we're the same person in a lot of aspects, but at the same time, what I lack, she picks up for. What she lacks, I pick up for. And it's just kind of one of those like perfect scenarios.
Totally understand. Good compliment. You compliment one another. Well, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It really is. So you were there 3 days and the love is in the air pretty quick. And then how long is it from then till... then you started dating or you went out and I would love to hear like where you first went out.
So
that's a great part of your story. And then how long was it before you were engaged?
So
I'm doing the math. So it was June, right?
Mhm.
And we're in April.
Yeah,
So you gotta admit, right? I mean, you're like sub 12 months, right?
correct. Yeah. Um,
Nice.
it was November
Nice.
22nd, I believe, somewhere.
So where'd you go? Where'd you go on the first date? Where'd you take her?
So we went to see a movie, super basic.
AT&T store? AT&T store?
That's
Sorry.
hilarious.
I couldn't. Forgive me. That was horrible.
No,
It was low.
We're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut that out.
Yeah, this
Don't worry about
quality
that.
programming is beyond that, Vaughn. I'm sorry. Okay, so you went and saw a movie. What movie did you see?
oh, that's a hard one. I think it was.
You got to tell this at the reception.
Oh, I forget what movie it was.
That's because you were so drawn to her.
Distracted.
That you even
she was
forgot.
really
You forgot
focus.
everything else. It just was about the opportunity now that she's not your direct supervisor.
Pretty
you
much,
could
yeah.
have her all to yourself.
So we kind of have this tradition about movies where we will go and watch like the first half of the movie, and then one of us will start to get tired or just not like the movie at all, and we'll just leave halfway through. We've only ever sat through one movie in a theater, and that was the first one.
You know what somebody told me once, by the way? Rush, did you know this? That if you go with under like 50% of the movie and you don't like the movie, you can go to like your local, like the ticket person, and you could say, "Hey, I just am unsatisfied with the film," and they'll give you a ticket for a free movie.
I think I've heard that. I've never done that.
See,
Vaughn, you should remember that. You should cash. You can cash in on this.
Vaughn, listen, Vaughn. Next time you and Allie are hanging out, you're like, "Look, Joan Rush said that if we don't like this thing, we can go and maybe get our money back, and then you could go and try it again."
And you're a good guy. You're a good guy for knowing the date.
Yeah,
that even if you can't remember the movie, there's explanation. You can always drop back to the I was really focused on you, but the date thing is huge. To be able to know, that's different than, some guys can't remember their anniversary date. But you're getting down all of the dates, and that is absolutely in your favor.
Okay. I'm going to put this together here, Vaughn. So if you're a Twitch guy and you're a car guy and you know dates, do you feel like that does your brain naturally think kind of very specifically? Like, do you, the kind of the technical side of things, do you naturally go that way, or does it just naturally happen, or do you enjoy kind of how all things work together, how they part together, how you're able to get into the details of things? Would that be a fair observation?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been a car guy since I was, obviously, before I was able to drive. My dad's been a mechanic for 50-ish years or something like that going on.
Cool.
That, and we have a lot of family that does races, so like dirt track races, road races, stuff like that. So the whole car thing kind of came with being in this family. And then my enjoyment for technology kind of sparked the learning how things work together kind of situation.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of blossomed, I guess.
So tell me about your family. What are the stats? Are you an only child? Do you have other families or your family members?
So I'm the baby of the baby for my grandparents. So my dad is the youngest of 5, and then I'm the youngest of 3, but my 2 brothers are half brothers. So I'm like an only child, but not an only child, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense to me. Yeah.
And then I haven't seen my mom in 20 something years. I'm 26. So I was real young when we parted. So it's just been basically me and my dad since then. And we're kind of the black sheeps. So we don't really talk to the rest of the family. We're kind of just in our own little cocoon, and every once in a while family will come in, but it's pretty much just us.
There's a lot of challenges in what you're describing, and anytime there's that feeling of being kind of black sheep, or but there is something really beautiful about the way you described your I think your relationship to your dad, because
Yeah.
obviously you picked
Yeah.
up on these interests of his, and I wonder how he's encouraged you over those years, and you've shared this interest in cars, and obviously that's become an important thing to you, and kind of what's his encouragement of you been like?
So basically, any type of motorsport or anything involving a car, he's always backed. So right now I don't want to say building because it's drivable, but we have a somewhat of a show car that we built
Cool.
together. Uh, Everything done to the car was done in his garage. So even painting it, putting the wide body on, all the body work was all done in his garage.
Mm.
And then even before that, when I wanted to get into autocross, we went and found a real cheap clunker that was good for it, built it, drag racing. We've kind of been all over the place. So if it involves cars or like motorsport in general, he's always about.
So Vaughn, you are at an incredible sort of crossroads of your life.
Dude, no
As an
joke.
older guy, obviously I'm older than you just by looking at us.
And by looking at Rush, do you see that? That's got to be like at least 16 inches worth of gray beard right there.
It's pretty long.
I'm kind of envious of his beard. I'm not gonna lie.
I know
Oh, that's
everybody
kind
is.
of
Everybody is, Vaughn. It's fantastic. All right, go ahead. You were
That's
saying,
right.
Rush?
Yeah, the listeners obviously can't see us, but being an older guy, I know that you are at a crossroad here of real
Yeah.
life change. You're about to be married.
Yep.
Your life, you are coming into a whole new phase of life where there is someone else to care for and to consider. And it sounds like you're doing a great job in developing this relationship and looking forward. I wanted to ask you, what are you looking forward to? What's this next 5 years look like? What kind of plans are you guys making? What do you think she wants to see happen? You're getting married, family.
If you had a DeLorean and could go into the future, what would you want to see that look like?
We're already talking about like kind of what kind of house we're looking for, how big, so probably in the next 5 years, if not, owning a house, in the process of owning one, trying to figure out obviously more cars. I love cars. And then just kind of growing the family is definitely, we've already decided that we don't want, to start a family in an apartment. We want to have the house, have everything ready to go before we consider starting the family. And then
It's wise. Yeah, it's wise.
And then kind of just building that foundation from there. Overall, the next 5 years, hopefully making more money and kind of just living life to its fullest. We already have a couple like trips planned over the next 5 years. I know I'm trying to go to Switzerland, and I'm going to force her to go with me.
Why? Hold on, wait, hold on. What, out of all the places in the world, you were very clear on Switzerland. Why? What is it? What is it about Switzerland?
It's beautiful. Have you ever there's so many good pictures, and I just want to go see those sites.
Vaughn, oh man, we were like meant to be friends. I'm telling you, because it makes so your precision and the way that you think and talk, that Switzerland and Swiss intentionality. I just think you're going to drink deeply.
Vaughn, listen, Vaughn, you're
culture.
Just getting to know Joe. This is his way of inviting himself on the trip. Because if she doesn't go, he's trying to make it sound like he's read books about Switzerland, and he would love to go.
Totally. I'm just around. No, but Rush, you know the history of Switzerland as well as I do. That I think the way in which it is beautiful, because it's very, very intentional, very precise, that they create when you talk about that you love the finer things in life, it's like Swiss
Army knife,
Swiss engineering, Swiss. Rush.
I don't know anything about Switzerland, Joe.
Are you being serious?
No, not really. Do you? What do you know about Switzerland?
It's Calvin. They actually say that Calvin and the Reformation brought that level of level of engineering and precision because they saw everything as an act of worship. That's, I mean,
Now that's true. Yeah, you're getting into
right? Vaughn, you are going to love Switzerland. I'm so excited to see you go to Switzerland because talk about engineering and design and beauty. All of those things are so found historically in that culture, and that's why I got a tattoo too. Because I'm so good night. I am so fascinated by how you think. What is it about humanity that draws your curiosity? Besides like maybe like a blue whale or, a hot air balloon or the Himalayas, what is it about that humans draw your attention, you and Ali's attention? What is it about them?
So everyone is different. Like no matter what, you could have twins, and one might like peanut butter and toast, and one might just like peanut butter on bread. So it's the small things that make people different that fascinates me. Because you could take a group of 100 people that all have the same job at the same level, and each one of them is going to have different interests outside of work. And then you could take a subsect of the interests that like say you go to a car meet and you take 100 of the people from there. Each one of those is going to have a different background. Like everyone's path is different, no matter how similar they may be. There's always those small differences, and that's what intrigues me the most, is figuring out what makes that singular person different from everyone else. Is definitely where I find interest in people.
Vaughn, you're such a great guest, man, because this is exactly the reason that we're doing this, is because we enjoy the same thing that you're describing and have the same kind of view. And it's incredible to hear somebody else talk about it. The attention to detail. You're talking about attention to detail of people's lives and honoring and really enjoying the differences, to look into them and to know what people like and to be able to share the things that you like. And that's really what we have been trying to do. What we are trying to do. This is the first time, but this is what we've been trying to embrace more of and to enjoy more of. It's really awesome. You are a great guest.
Yeah, and that's
Now,
I was gonna say that's kind of the main reason why I was so eager to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Was because how you were describing it to me, I was like, I think that same way. So let's mesh some minds and see what comes out of it.
Yeah, that's what I told Joe after we talked. I was like, I think this guy's gonna come through.
Yeah,
because we invite a few other people, along the way, and we continue to do that. Not everybody is. It takes a little bit of bravery. You don't know. I mean, it takes a little bit of bravery for all three of us to sit here and talk to people that, talk to somebody that you don't know and all of that. And so, when we met, you mentioned that I brought up your tattoos. And
I didn't get to talk about that.
Yeah. I didn't get to talk to you a lot.
I want to hear about the tattoos.
Your tattoos. Yeah.
Tattoos.
The one
full disclosure. Actually, Rush has like the map of Geneva on his back in Gothic letters.
Okay.
So just as a
and a Swiss Army knife tattoo,
and the face of Calvin like looking over it. It's pretty. I mean, over the years, the map's kind of shifted a little bit, but the concept's still there.
A little bit.
So, like I said, when we first met, I have 3 tattoos. Each one of them is super important to me.
Ooh, yes.
Tell us about that.
We'll start with the first one I ever got, which is this. It's the Counter-Strike logo for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And then above it, it's hard to see. I have this thing. It's called a HyperBeast. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you look,
here, bring that up to the video camera. I want to see. I haven't really seen. Now again, we're not going to publish any of this, so we're PG, later.
So
that's a HyperBeast, huh?
Yeah. So it's hard to tell on camera.
Yeah.
But he's ripping his own arm off here.
Oh golly. Okay.
So
yeah.
The reason I specifically chose this image was, to me, it looks like he's overcoming adversity at every step by any means. which is how I like to live my life. Is if I have a goal and something stops that goal, I will find a way either through it or around it to reach my goals. So that's kind of what that tattoo symbolizes, and that's why I have it on my arm. So
that's so awesome. And then from that, animal strength that he was willing to do whatever to accomplish, and even if that meant eating off his own arm, that he was going to do whatever he needed to do to be who he knew he needed to be.
Yeah. And that's, like I said, that's exactly why I got the tattoo, is
crazy.
Kind of flying in the face of adversity and doing what it is that needs to be done.
I wonder what is one big life lesson that you really think guides your life?
Oh yeah. That you would want to pass on.
I think if I were to sum it up in like a sentence, is that everyone is equal but different. So what I mean by that is, like, everybody deserves the same amount of respect, but you also have to understand that respect is different for each person. So, like, we live in kind of a cultural hub in Central Ohio. So, working retail, I see so many different people, and they all have different backgrounds, they all have different beliefs and stuff like that. So I have to be courteous and knowledgeable about what I can say to one person that I can't say to another. So my biggest life lesson would be that you have to enter every situation with the same amount of respect as you would if you were entering it with me or entering it with your dad or something like that. That way you understand the diversity of the world, but it's also the equality of the world.
That's a fascinating thing for you to say. It's so hard for us to do that. There's so many reasons that the world would give us not to do that.
Yeah, and also recognizing just naturally that humanity that it does have dignity to it, right? No matter who you are, no matter what sort of expression that is, that there's an otherness to humanity, that there's a dignity to it. And it requires a level of honor and care and love to be able to nurture that. And I really just see that as a real undercurrent of your thinking, so that therefore the curiosity of how do humans live in this world, and how is that valuable, and how can you find that value and then transfer that to people that you love so that they can flourish in humanity. I think that effort and that pursuit, I think has been given inside every human being, that they recognize that, and to be able to have a curiosity to explore that, I think it's a noble thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to at least respect everybody and understand where everyone's coming from. So it's definitely trying is the first step, at least.
That makes sense. Vaughn, with our last couple of minutes, I want, we've asked a lot of questions. We've asked you all the questions. Do you have questions that come to mind for us?
So I understand you guys basically live on the opposite sides of the country. How did you guys meet, and then what started the idea of going to a podcast versus just hanging out and talking to someone at a restaurant?
Well, Rush was my supervisor. No, I'm just
at Verizon.
He was my supervisor, and I was looking at him and I was like, hey, do you want to be friends? But we couldn't talk about it. But then when he moved to Ohio, I knew at that point, I was like, since you moved to Ohio.
Really,
right.
really.
I mean, no, this is actually really great, Rush. I want to hear you answer this question. This question.
Yeah, but
I could tell you when we became friends. I know when we became friends. I can tell you.
Go ahead.
You brought no. I want to hear you. I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you say it, and then I wonder if it's the same one. This is fun. Go. You go. You answer Vaughn's question. How did we meet?
So,
and why in the hee-haw are we doing this?
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what he said. Okay,
That's
it's up to you. You go.
that's the question.
You
So
go.
so really we met by attending some conferences together, and so we just started kind of hanging out.
This is so great.
Probably he may say something different, but I think
This is
I
so
think
much
of
fun. Okay, go on.
when
Yeah, go.
one of those times that we were together was in Asheville, North Carolina, and we had some time to just talk, and so we were just started talking about life and family and marriage. And what really connected me with Joe was the transparency of being willing to say, yeah, I'm not doing a great job of that. And I'm trying to grow in this area of my marriage. And
by the way, that was, if we were playing a game, that's what I would have said too. That was the moment.
Good.
That was the moment. We were in the Asheville airport, and it was like a long time. And then, we were just hanging out. And then we ended up doing this, Vaughn. Like, I'm like, so talk. And it just, I really, really appreciate how Rush thinks, how he thinks, what he cares about are the things that I care about. And to listen on how he's applying those same core principles to the areas of his life, and to be able to join an invitation to join in his thinking with him on that. I'm like, it was pretty fun. So then we'd hang out and do different things or whatever, and would enjoy hanging out. And then one day, this is when you pick up the story again. So one day you were like, hey, I got this idea, Joe.
Well, one thing, Joe's being very nice, complimenting me like that. Joe really loves people. And not everybody really loves people. And that's one of the things that all of Joe's friends love about him. But the reason I'm saying that is not just to say that about him, but because it really has to do with what this is about. There's a common interest in this context, this conversation of just interest in people. You said it earlier, Vaughn, I think, like people watching, wanting to understand people. You recognize the details in people's lives, the differences, and you value them. And we both do that together. And so that sort of sparked this idea to say, you know what we should do? We should have a podcast where we invite total strangers. I don't know if anybody would do it. Yeah. I do know this.
Vaughn did it. Vaughn did it. Vaughn did it.
You made it. Vaughn, you have made us so happy.
I'm telling you, I can't even believe it. But the thought was this, is that you're right. Like, why not just, do this at a park or those, which Rush and I do, right? I mean,
for sure.
I think we are committed to just living life and connecting with people, because there's a deep desire, and doing that as if we did live in the same park and did that. So it's actually like kind of an excuse for us to hang out and to be a part of the terrifying, wonderful, interesting opportunity to learn how to enjoy and to have conversations with people that we've never met. And so, ta-da!
You made it possible.
It's you, Vaughn. You made it possible.
Did.
Now, again, this could be a season of only one episode, but even if it is, I'm like chalking it up. It's totally a season well invested.
Totally worth it. This is what makes life good.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, for real, right. Vaughn. It's really awesome. I will come see you again. Love to hang out sometime. For real.
Yep.
You want to go see half a movie? Let's go see half a movie.
Yeah, we'll all get together. We'll, meet somewhere.
Hey, thanks for giving us a shot.
Yeah, dude.
And I really have enjoyed hearing from you. It's been fun to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Vaughn. Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you guys as well.
And Joe will see you in Geneva.
That's right.
I'll send you the details.
Nice. Okay, so all right, so it was really interesting. Like there were so many clear pathways to think and talk about why humanity why it has dignity and value, why there's brokenness and why people argue and that and
the way people compliment each other,
oh my goodness,
down
it's
to
like,
a kind of like radical amputation
oh my word,
to maintain what is most important.
it's like it was so interesting. I mean, I know this is our first time and maybe we'll get better at it, but we were just committed to saying we really wanted it to be about how this person thinks. Right. And so I had just held back so many times in my thinking going, whoa, do you like, there is a place that has been designed by a God and a creator
who gives it identity and meaning
and a framework and truth found in God's word. I leaned more on affirming natural theology in some ways.
For sure.
I mean, I just was like, I was finding myself going, no, yes. What you're thinking is not a made up construct. That you recognize the value and the dignity of humanity because there is a God who has revealed himself in a way that's undeniable. Yeah.
And that was a lot of what we talked about was just the rich reality of life right in front of us. And he was really highlighting that well with his story and everything that mattered to him.
And if those are the kinds of people that are actually going to take us up on this thing, man, we are on for a crazy ride. Thanks for inviting me to do it, Rush. I'm
glad that worked out. Thanks for doing it, man.
And I'm also glad that we both got our friendship moment at the same time. Great.
Yeah, that was good.
All right. So I think that's it, huh?
That's it.
Here we go. That's right.
You've been listening to the most interesting person in the world. Catch new episodes on Fridays anywhere you get your podcasts.
Top of the world with all my girls. This is our time.